Hi, I'm Deb. I live in New England. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Wow, what a game last night, huh? Okay, so we won't go there because I know a lot of people don't like the New England Patriots, but I've been watching them for what feels like my whole life, so needless to say, that was quite a game. All right, before we get on to the topic of today's video, I wanted to just mention briefly a couple of things. If you saw yesterday's video where I was talking about the new Makeup Revolution products, someone had mentioned that they were looking forward to seeing the color Rain on me. So this is Rain, and it's like a peachy pink or a pinky peach. And also the Skin Kiss highlighter in Ice Kiss that I showed you. That is what I have on as my highlight today. So it just gives me a nice whitish silvery gold highlight. Okay, so that's what those look like. If you have never seen my video before about how to clean makeup brushes or how to clean makeup sponges, I did a video years ago, and it feels like forever, but it probably wasn't that long ago, but I bet you it's at least 3 or 4 years ago. I talk in that video about how I clean my makeup brushes and sponges. That is not what this video is about, but just in case you didn't see that, which is very possible because that was a long time ago, I clean my beauty blender and my makeup brushes with Tone bar soap. And normally that is fine. And everything comes out nice and clean. This does a great job. It's just a bar soap that you can find at any store, very inexpensive. And I just take the sponge or the brush and wet it and swirl it directly on the soap and then rinse it out. And usually it's fine. However, sometimes your foundation or concealer might be more pigmented than others. This is what has happened to me lately, and this is why I'm doing this video. I had gone back to using my Tarte Empowered Hybrid Gel Foundation, and while I like this foundation a lot, it has been staining the heck out of my Beauty Blender sponge. And using the method that I normally use, I couldn't get the stains out. So, of course, I had to find a solution for that. We can't have that because what was happening was it wasn't coming completely clean, and then the next day it would get even dirtier, and I was getting like buildup. So here we have a dirty beauty blender. I've used this for my foundation and I've used this for my concealer. So it's actually dirtier in real life than it's showing up on camera, but trust me, there's disgusting stains on this. I just used it to do my makeup. And I want to show you today how we can get this completely spotless. So if you have a beauty blender sitting in a drawer and it got stained and you stopped using it, but you didn't want to throw it away because you paid a lot of money for it, it might not be too late. So I'm going to show you today how we can get this clean. So all you're going to need is a pair of household gloves. These are just my dishwashing gloves. I try to keep my hands out of any kind of detergent as much as possible because it will extend the life of your manicure and it will also keep the skin on your hands in better condition. And you're also going to need a bottle of baby oil. And baby oil is essentially mineral oil. That's really all it is. But baby oil is going to be better because it's not going to be as high of a grade, so it'll be a little bit milder. So yeah, just any bottle of baby oil. The label fell off of this one. I've had it for so long because I really hadn't been using it much. Don't really use baby oil very often. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a dish. I just grabbed the dish from the kitchen. And I'm going to pour just a small amount of this in the dish. So I'd say you won't need more than a tablespoon, if that. Put the cap back on the bottle so that I don't create a big catastrophe here. Okay. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my dirty beauty blender and I'm going to put the dirtiest parts where the stains are in the mineral oil. And I'm going to saturate those stained areas of the sponge. Now there's nothing in the bowl. Now this part, I'm going to just have to describe it to you. Well, no, I guess I can do that here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work the baby oil into those stains. Yeah, I can show you this. It's the next part that I can't show you. And what's going to happen, it's almost like magic. Wait till you see this. So I'm just working the oil into the stained sponge. And what happens is the stained stuff, oil, it sort of clings to your gloves. And then it's clean again. The stains are gone. However, you don't want to stop here because now you've got an oil saturated sponge. So now what I'm going to do, and this is the part that I can't really show you on camera, I tried to figure out a way to film this and set up my camera over by the kitchen sink, but it would have had to have been in an awkward place to get the angle right and everything, and I just couldn't figure out a way to do it. So now I'm just going to go over to the kitchen sink and I'm going to take my bar of tone soap that I already have open, because this is a new one, and I'm going to wet this with warm water, wring it out, then I'm going to slide the sponge over the tone soap on pretty much the whole surface of this, and then I'm going to rinse it out really good under warm water. And when I'm done, it's going to be clean, because basically all that would be doing is cleaning out the mineral oil, because yeah, you don't want to leave that in there, so you want to really rinse all that out so that you don't end up with that on your skin. So that's all there is to it, you guys. I'll go do it now and come back, and sponge isn't really going to look any different than what I just showed you, but just for the sake of the process, I will be right back. So I noticed while I was sliding the sponge over the tone soap that I was getting a little bit more of the residue, like coming from inside the sponge. So that second part is definitely essential. In addition to cleaning out the mineral oil, you still more or less are cleaning out the sponge. But yeah, this is a foolproof method, very inexpensive. You may already have the household gloves and the mineral oil in the house, so really all you're going to need is the tone soap. And I had some questions before about, is it okay to just use any bar soap? No, it is not, because the reason why I use the tone soap is because the ingredients that are in it are the same as the beauty blender cleaner that they sell at Sephora that's super expensive and you just get a teeny tiny bar for a whole lot of money. Yeah, this is mostly, I don't know if it's exactly the same, but most of the ingredients and the quantities are the same as the beauty blender cleaner. So if you just use some other bar soap, not only would it probably not work, but it could dry out your beauty blender, because Tone has, I've got the ingredients right here. It's got palm oil, it's got coconut oil, so it has some things in it that are like moisturizing, whereas most soaps have like deodorant type antiperspirant properties, so that would dry it out and it would probably tear after a short amount of time. So don't just use any old soap. I would use Tone. Tone is the only one that I have seen that the ingredients are very, very similar to what's in the Beauty Blender. So a little bit of mineral oil, work that into it, then clean it with the Tone and then rinse it out really good and it will look like new again. So that is it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.